my dear students. Today we shall start the third part of PUC second year accountancy textbook part 1, that is the chapter name is Accounting for Not-for-Profit Organization. So to start with the first slide of today's session, we shall discuss about silent features of receipts and payments account. My dear students, please try to listen with the open mind, then only everything enters in your brain. So first point is, it is a summary of the cash book. Summary means it is almost or it is exactly whatever is there in your cash book. It should be only converted in the form of receipts and payments account. So second point is, its form is identical with that of simple cash book. The nature or the entire picture of your receipts and payments account will be almost similar, like, or it is identical to your simple cash book. Simple cash book means cash book which does not contain discount and bank columns. So as well as it is a ledger, it is going to have debit and credit side. So what is the second point? Your receipts and payments account is simply identical to your simple cash book with debit and credit sides. Third point is, receipts are recorded on the debit side while payments are entered on the credit side. All the receipts means cash inflows are entered on the debit side, but cash outflows are entered on the credit side. Fourth point is, receipts are recorded on the debit side. That's over. So coming to the fourth point, it shows the total amount of all receipts and payments irrespective of the period to which they pertain. The receipts or the payments might be relating to previous year, current year or next year, but still your receipts and payments account will record all the payments and all the receipts, whether it is of previous year, current year or the next year, if and only if you have received cash in the current year. Means previous year's payment you have received in this year and this year's payment you have received in this year, and the next year's in advance you have received the payment. In such a situation, in current year's account, receipts and payments account, you are going to show the entire information. So coming to the fifth point, for example, in the receipt and payment account for the year ending on March 31st, 2007, we record the total subscriptions received during the year 2006-07, including the amounts relating to the years 2005-06 and 7-8. So 6-7 is your current year. 5-6 is your previous year. 7 and 8 is your next year. So if you are going to receive the payment, or if you are going to make the payment, or if you are going to receive the money, it should be recorded in your receipts and payments account of the current year. So the sixth point states that, similarly, one more example regarding the payment they have given here. Tax paid during the year 2006 and 7, if they relate to the years 2005-06 and 2007 and 8, can also be recorded in this account of 2006 and 7. See, in the year 2006 and 7, you will have paid the tax of the previous year, as well as you will have paid some money in advance of the next year. So altogether 3 years information or 3 years particulars or transactions are supposed to be added up and should be written in your receipts and payments account. Coming to the seventh point, it includes all receipts and payments, whether they are capital nature or revenue nature. As we all know, capital nature means those transactions which occur once in a while. So revenue nature means those transactions which occur every now and then. The most frequent transactions are revenue nature transactions. Coming to the next point, this is the most important point, that eighth point, No non-cash items such as depreciation, outstanding expenses, accrued income, etc. are shown in this account. You are not supposed to show non-cash items. What is the meaning of non-cash items? Those transactions which actually do not involve cash. There will not be either cash inflow or cash outflow. In such situations, such transactions are not supposed to be recorded in receipts and payments account. So example for those transactions are depreciation. You are going to charge depreciation yearly on the fixed assets you are going to use in the organization, but the depreciation is simply reduction in the value of the asset. You are not going to pay something to somebody. And outstanding expenses, suppose last year's electricity bill, if you have not paid, you are not supposed to write it as electricity bill outstanding or electricity bill paid unnecessarily without actual movement of cash inflow or outflow. You are not supposed to take it in receipts and payments account. Likewise, accrued income, that is income received in advance. Next month's salary, if I am going to receive it in advance, I am not supposed to write accrued income is this month's salary. This month is over. I have rendered my service, but yet I have not received the salary. In such a situation, because I have rendered the service and because I am having all the rights to receive the salary, I just can't write as I have received the salary. I should wait until the next month or the other month, or whichever month I am going to actually be credited with my salary. Till then I am supposed to wait, and I am not supposed to write it or record it in the receipts and payments account. It's just for an example. Next, ninth point is it begins with the opening balance of cash in hand and cash at bank or bank overdraft. See, always your receipts and payments account should begin with opening balance of cash in hand and cash at bank. Means it is the good symbol, means positive figures you will have in the business. For example, last year while closing the accounts, whatever cash or a balance in the bank account will remain, it should be carried forward, and here for the next year it should be brought down, and at the debit side, means your receipt side, you are going to record as cash in hand, to balance brought down, cash in hand, and again to cash at bank. So in such situation, it shows a good sign of the business that something is remaining. Means in the last year your receipts were more than your payments. Suppose in the last year if your payments were more than your receipts, then your accounts are going to show bank overdraft. So if there was a bank overdraft in the previous year, again you are supposed to bring it same for the next year. So the bank overdraft balance will come to your credit side of the receipts and payments account, that is at the payment side, as by balance brought down into bracket bank overdraft. Coming to the 10th point, it closes with the year ending balance of cash in hand or cash at bank or bank overdraft. Again the same situation. This year when you are going to close your receipts and payments account, suppose if receipts are more than your payments, you will be having cash in hand or cash at bank. Suppose if your payments are more than your receipts, obviously you will be having a negative balance, that is you will be having a bank overdraft to be shown while closing the accounts. So last point is obviously closing balance. You have already understood how to close the accounts in your PUC first year. What do you mean by closing balance? Closing balance is the difference between the total of debit side and the total of credit side. It might be either debit balance or credit balance. Suppose if your debit side total is more, it is supposed to be called as debit balance. If your credit side total is more, it should be called as credit balance. And so if your receipts are more than your payments, the difference you're going to write it on the credit side, but still you're supposed to call it as debit balance. Please don't commit a mistake or don't read it as a credit balance. Balance, you're supposed to understand by the word your total of receipts is more. In such situation it is debit balance. If your total of your payments is more, it should be called as credit balance. So coming to the next point, the 11th point, that is that's over. Okay, hope you have understood the concept. Now coming to the steps in preparation of receipts and payments account. So receipts and payments account is very easy account to be prepared. Simply in your summary of cash book, all the information will be there. You just transfer where it should be sent to, whether to the debit side or to the credit side. Again, with an open mind, we shall now try to understand what are the steps in preparation of receipts and payments account. So coming to the first point, take the opening balance of cash in hand and cash at bank and enter them on your, if you are sleeping, please get up. Please enter it on the debit side. Debit side means receipt side. And the second point is, in case, this is adverse case, in case there is bank overdraft at the beginning of the year, enter the same on the credit side of this account. Credit side means that is your payment side. Okay, the first step is done. Coming to the second step, or actually here it is written as third step, but still your second step is show the total amounts of all receipts on its debit side. All the receipts means cash inflow, income for the organization. So irrespective of their nature, whether they are capital or revenue, and whether they pertain to past, current or future periods, does not matters at all. Just total up all the receipts and write it in your receipts and payments account. The same you are supposed to do with the opposite side. Show the total amounts of all payments on its credit side. Can you understand by this? Payments means cash outflow, and cash outflow means obviously it is your expenditure or investments. So whatever let it be, kindly total up all those and take it to your credit side, whether it is pertaining to the current year, past year or the future year, whether it is a capital in nature or revenue in nature. Please don't at all think of it. Just go on writing all the payment items to your credit side of receipts and payments account. Now coming to the next concept, or the next point is, none of the receivable means yet to receive, not yet actually received. Receivable income and payable yet to pay, not yet paid expenses is to be entered in this is. None of the receivable income and payable expenses is to be entered in this account. Please don't go by the word is to be entered in this account. None of the is important there. It should not be recorded at all, as they do not involve inflow of or outflow of cash. This is already dealt. This is the same point that says that no non-cash items are supposed to be recorded, such as depreciation, accrued income, outstanding expenses, as we have already learned this in the previous point. So coming to the sixth, have you understood this fifth point? Very simple. Those transactions which actually had not involved cash inflow or cash outflow, please don't take them to your receipts and payments account. That's it. Coming to the sixth point, find out the difference between the total. Obviously what you're going to do in closing your accounts, ledger accounts, the same thing. Total of debit side and total of credit side of the account, and then find the difference between them both of the accounts, and then enter the same on the credit side as the closing balance of cash or bank. Suppose if your receipts is more than your payments, you are supposed to record the balance in which side? In the credit side, to close the account. In case, however, if the total of credit side is more than that of the total of debit side, means if your payments are more than your receipts, obviously you will end up with the bank overdraft, and it should be shown on the debit side of your account. Like this, you're going to close the accounts. Hope you have understood the easy, simple steps to prepare receipts and payments account. If you are perfect with the steps, we shall try to solve one problem, which is very simple. That is, they themselves have given you An example here for the following from the following cash book. They have given the cash book. You are supposed to prepare receipts and payments account of Golden Cricket Club for the year ending March 31st, 2007. So we shall prepare it as follows. Actually, the first line should be in the books of Golden Cricket Club. Summary of cash book they have given. So what are the various transactions involved there, cash inflows and cash outflows? Just we shall go through once. Firstly, cash in hand as on April 1st, 2006. First, you are supposed to understand which is your closing date. Your closing date is March 31st, 2007. Means your financial year is April 1st, 2006 to March 31st, 2007. So for the whole year, the previous year, they have done the business for the year 2005 and 6. In such a situation, they are having cash balance of rupees 20,000 when they closed the account in the previous year, and they had a bank balance of rupees 35,000. You are supposed to bring it to this current year. So to balance brought down, cash in hand, cash at bank. At the debit side of your receipts and payments account, these amounts are supposed to be shown. Okay. Next point is subscription. See, subscription is income for for not-for-profit organization, and the subscription is not pertaining to only 1 year. It is pertaining to the previous year, that is 2005 and 6, rupees 30,000. To the current year, rupees 2,25,000, that is 2006 and 7. And to the next year, that is 2007 and 8, 10,000. So the total of your subscriptions is 2,65,000. So entire subscriptions are supposed to be directly brought down to your debit side of receipts and payments account. Donation for building. See, donation for building. For building means a specific donation. They want you to use that donation only for construction of the building and not for any other purpose. So 2,65,000. Entrance fees is 60,000. Again, it's an income, debit side. Life membership fees, again income, debit side. Printing and stationery expenditure, it should be shown on the credit side. Lighting is again an expenditure, credit side. Rates and taxes, credit side. Telephone charges. In front, the figures are visible. Hope you will see the figures. That doesn't matter. Simply what figures they have given, you are supposed to take. Not more, not less, the same figure. So postage and courier, again expenditure, it should come to your credit side. Wages and salary expenditure to your credit side. Insurance premium expenditure to your credit side. Interest on government securities, income. Maybe you have invested money in the government securities, now you're going to get interest, so it should be shown on your debit side. Locker rent. If it's a sports club, to keep the valuables of the members when they are playing, you may have provided them with the locker facility. So the locker rent again is an income for the not-for-profit organization, and it should be shown on the debit side of your income of your receipts and payments account. Purchase of government securities. If you purchase government securities, you're going to make investment, that is, you're going to make payment for the from whomsoever you're going to purchase those securities. So again, it is a payment. It should come towards your credit side of the receipts and payments account. Purchase of government securities. See, what is the nature of purchase of government security? It is capital nature, because every now and then you don't purchase the government securities, so it is capital in nature. And at last, they have only calculated and they have given for you the cash in hand as on March 31st, 2007. Means on the last date of this financial year, you are left out with a cash of rupees 23,400 and cash at bank, you are left out with rupees 70,000. This is all about the question. Now we shall simply take all the figures and put it in the right place in your receipts and payments account. So, receipts and payments account for the year ending March 31st, 2007. Before that, before that, compulsorily, you're supposed to, on the first line, write the name of the organization. What's the name of the organization? Golden Cricket Club. In the books of Golden Cricket Club, receipts and payments account for the year ending 31st March 2007, debit, credit, receipts, amount, payments, amount. Rather than simply having a habit of writing particulars rupees, please have a habit of writing receipts, amount, payments, amount. Amount, that too in which currency? In rupees. In Indian currency, that is rupees. Suppose if you are calculating the sum in dollars, you can write as dollar symbol there rather than rupees. Cash in hand. So before simply directly writing as cash in hand as on April 1st 2006 and cash at bank as on April 1st 2006, you better write as to balance brought down cash in hand 20,000, cash at bank 35,000. To subscriptions 2005-6, we have taken 2006-7, we have taken 2007-8, we have taken, this is the meaning of taking the total of receipts irrespective of the period they pertain to. Maybe they are of past period, current, or to the next period, next year, but still total up all those receipts and take them. What is the total of your subscriptions? It is 2,65,000. To donations for building, again it's an income, 60,000 on the debit side. Entrance fees, income, 23,000 on the debit side. Life membership fees, 20,000 on the debit side. Interest on investment in government securities, 18,000 you have received interest on investment in government securities. As well as last item is to locker rent, that is 42,000. Coming to the payments, by printing and stationery 38,750, by lighting 26,250, rates and taxes 17,000, telephone charges 2,600, postage and courier 2,000, wages and salary 8,000, insurance premium 15,000. Here purchase of government securities, even though it is in the capital nature, irrespective of whether the item being a capital or a revenue, you are supposed to take all the items in your receipts and payments account. Likewise, you have taken the items. So at the last, by balance carried down, you are supposed to write there, and your cash in hand as on March 31st 2007 is as given in the question, same 23,400, and cash at bank as on March 31st 2007 is 70,000, and the total of your receipts and payments account before actually going for the balance was 4,83,000. Now in this situation, tell me what balance is it showing? Yes, what balance is it showing? It is a debit balance, because we have written by balance carried down on the credit side, that is cash in hand as on March 31st 2007 23,400, and cash at bank as on March 31st 2007, that is 70,000. Please don't confuse, please don't get confused. It's not credit balance, it is debit balance, because this 4,83,000 is the total of your debit side, means your receipt side. Your receipts are more than your payments, so your account is showing now debit balance, it's not showing credit balance. Anyways, with open-minded, shall we go ahead with one more example? Yes, please follow me. Illustration number 1. From the following particulars relating to Silver Point, prepare a receipts and payments account for the year ending March 31st 2002. Hope it is recording, because today this is the third time I'm trying the same PPT. Every time for 6 minutes or 10 minutes it would get off by itself without my knowledge. I would simply go on doing lecturing for hours together, and later on I would realize that it's not recording. Hope so only I'm frequently checking whether it's recording or not. Anyways, dear students, there you make a slight change that the year ending March 31st 2002 is there, no, rather than 2002 you make it as 2000, because your subscriptions information they have given, it should match to that year end. So make a slight change and it doesn't matter much. Anyways, to start with, they have given you some particulars. Actually, rather than writing the receipts and payments, they should have written it as particulars, because they have mixed up all the receipts and payments and now they are making you still more confused. Anyways, you don't get confused, you just go by my words. Opening cash balance, opening cash balance, opening bank balance. Where are you going to take it in your receipts and payments account? Answer fast. It should come to your debit side, that is receipt side. To balance, brought down, cash in hand 1000, cash at bank 7200. This will be your first item in your receipts and payments account. Next, subscriptions collected for 1999, 2000, 2001. So the total of subscriptions they have collected is rupees 9000. So entire subscriptions in the same format should go to your debit side of the receipts and payments account, that is towards the receipts side. Sale of refreshments, again it's a receipt. Sometimes for a small refreshment sake or for entertainment, or when people will be watching the tournaments, they feel like eating this or that, so they arrange for all those beverages or snacks, small snacks. So this is sale of refreshment. It's an income for that organization. Entrance fees received, again income 1000. This both go to the debit side of receipts and payments account. And sale of old sports materials. If I sell the old sports material, will I get the in cash or will I lose the cash? I will get the cash. 1200 I have got. So I am going to write it where? On the debit side of the receipts and payments account. Donation received for pavilion. Pavilion means it's the area where the players change, or where the players take rest in between the match. So maybe this pavilion word you might have heard in the cricket commentary, back to pavilion. Hope so. Now rent paid, again donation received for pavilion means again it's a specific donation. The amount should be utilized for construction or maintenance of pavilion itself. Rent paid, the word only states that paid means you're making payment. It's an expenditure, it should come to the credit side. Sports materials purchased, again payment, investment, so it should come to your credit side. Purchase of refreshment, see when they are selling the refreshment, obviously they have to purchase the refreshment, so expenditure they have met of rupees 600 and income out of it they are receiving as 1000. So what is the profit? 400 is the profit. So purchase of refreshment is payment. Expenses for maintenance of tennis court is a payment. So it should all come to the credit side. Salary paid, credit side. Tournament expenses, they'll conduct some games, that is tournament expenses, again credit side. Furniture purchased, see here, furniture purchased is a capital in nature. What they had told you, the rule is whether it is of capital or revenue, you are supposed to compulsorily take in receipts and payments account. Office expenses, again recurring expenses, it is supposed to come on your credit side of the receipts and payments account. And one thing you are supposed to notice here is the cash in hand, closing balance of cash in hand is already given by them itself, that is 400. Means what you are supposed to find out now, balancing figure will be your closing balance of cash at bank. Shall we go to receipts and payments account now? Coming to the solution, in the books of Silver Point, receipts and payments account for the year ending March 31st, 2000, only 2000, not 2002. Okay, debit, credit, receipts, amount, payments, amount. This is the ledger format you are supposed to keep ready. Now, to balance, brought down, cash 1000, bank 7200. Two subscriptions, 1999 that received subscription of rupees 500, 2000 that received 7600, and 2001 they have received 900, and the total is 9,000. The total is 9,000. And obviously this is an income. It should come on the debit side or the receipt side of the receipts and payments account. 2. Sale of refreshment. I have sold, what all do you like? I have sold chips. I have sold kurkure. I have sold, what all do you purchase there in the shop near the college? Whatsoever is your favorite, I have sold all those items. If I sell those items, how much amount I have received? 1,000. So entrance fees, I have received 1,000. Again, income. Sale of old sports materials, 1,200. Donation for pavilion, 4,600. The total of receipts is 25,000. One second, don't do the total of receipts as of now. Now we shall write off all the amounts of payments. Okay. By rent, 3,000. By sports materials purchased, 4,800. Means these all are your payments or expenditures. Purchase of refreshments, by purchase of refreshments 600. By maintenance expenses for tennis court 2,000. Salary 2,500. Tournament expenses 2,400. Furniture purchased 1,500. Office expenses 1,200. And the last is your by balance carried down. Cash is already given by themselves. You're only supposed to find out the balancing figure, that will be your bank balance. So how much is the bank balance? It is all the difference between your receipts and payments account. So now total up the receipt side, it is 25,000. Now deduct all the 25,000 from the payments items or the figures. You are going to remain with the balance of rupees 6,600, and in the bracket don't forget to write it as balancing figure, because your cash is not the balancing figure. Cash was actually given by them. You have found out only the bank balance. Now after finishing this, after hearing to this video, you are supposed to simply write down this question and solve this problem, or you can even try some more problems from your textbook if you have the PDF of the textbook. And please don't wait for the college to open and to distribute you the physical textbooks. You can even get the PDF textbooks. You can download them and easily go ahead with your studies. At last, to end the session with a powerful quote by Swami Vivekananda: all power is within you. You can do anything and everything. Most of us have actually not understood ourselves. Means we don't know how much power we have in ourselves. We can do anything, but we feel that I can't do anything. I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't learn English, I can't learn accounts, and mathematics or the statistics is the most difficult subject for me. No, nothing as such. Only thing is you're supposed to try to follow one path, try to understand the concepts. Then at any cost you are going to achieve your aims and objectives, or you can do anything and everything you have decided to do in your life. Only thing to do is leave your comfort zone. Please come out of your comfort zone and then see you can do wonders. The best example is, at what time you all have got up today? Realize or recall for yourself. If you really want to use this lockdown period in a very fruitful manner, you could have at least got up at 4 o'clock. Oh my god, 4 is too early. Anyways, at least at 5 o'clock. Oh, 5. I have never in my life got up at 5 o'clock. Oh, it's okay. You can at least get up by 6 o'clock. Please don't postpone that. So if you had got up at 6 o'clock, you, after getting up, should have done some exercise to keep your body fit, healthy, very beautiful, handsome for boys. However, gyms are also not open. At home at least you can do some exercise. Anyways, most of you might have set the alarm, or many of you have not even thought of getting up early because there is no college. Please don't give reasons. Come out of your comfort zone and try to achieve something, because all power is within you. You can do anything and everything. The remaining concepts will be continued. Stay home, stay safe, stay strong. Bye bye.